I show the utmost resilience, and I'ma keep building until the whole world's got their hands to the ceiling. Until I see a fan point at me and say, damn, he's brilliant. I'ma keep spilling these rhymes and try to reach the minds of these children until I am the focus of a record label's millions. So get ready for a long ride, cause every song I've ever composed has been from my heart and my soul. There's not a fake gimmick living inside of these bones. I get higher than most while the rest go and dumb it down. I made a little name in the underground, but not quite enough to come to town and draw a crowd, but enough to make my mama proud. Mission accomplished, yeah, look, and my decision to drop this was not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. It was not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi. So this is not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. This is not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi. See, for me it's self-therapy. It feels like the day my wife married me. So why can't I rhyme about love or rap about family? Cause for me that's my passion and reality. And what's wrong with striving to live happily? A little kindness and humanity. I'm just saying, don't become complacent. There's plenty dials on the radio, go and change the fucking station. A whole lot of waka flocka lame shit. It's got me going crazy and I can't take it. Therefore I'm back to make a statement. And as usual, you can love it or hate it. I'm doing this with no tour, no budget, no connections and no plugs, but fuck it, I'm doing me and me only. This is my promise, mission accomplished. The reason I dropped this was not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. It was not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi. So this is not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. This was not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi. The reason I dropped this was not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. It was not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi. So this is not about y'all, not about money, not about applause. This was not to get famous and not to pull bras. It was all about moi.
Yo, Mr. Miyagi? You think I had a chance at winning?
Win, lose, no matter.
No, that's not what I mean.
I had good chance.
Well, can you fix my leg? I mean, with that thing you do?
No need fight anymore. You prove a point.
At what point? That I can take a beating? I mean, every time I see those guys, they're gonna know they got the best of me. I'll never have balance that way. Not with them, not with Allie. Not with me.
Close your eye, close your eye.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm not the one looking to get caught up in some beef. But everywhere I go it seems to wanna follow me, surrounded by trash talk and no apologies. How much do you expect a man to take before that man breaks, loses it, snaps and punches you in the damn face? You can only push someone for so long before they lose their temper and decide to go off. And I'm somewhat of a loose cannon. If they throwing cheap shots, I'ma throw them back at them. If they wanna throw blows, I'ma throw blows also. I don't care if they hitting harder than Drago and Apollo. Try and club a Langley, I'm a Rocky Balboa you. That's how these boys from Minnesota do. What I'm supposed to do, huh? Brush it off and move on without getting a chance to respawn. You can't tell me you ain't never been so mad that you ain't fired back with some venomous vocab. I got comeback spilling out of my notepad. I was born ready, just letting you know that. When I'm provoked, watch out, I'm no joke. I spit a verse that feels like a chokehold on your throat. Get that ass scarred with 24 bars for running your jaws. Cause Jesse goes hard, man, I thought I told y'all.
And if you really wanna take it there, I'll show you hell, I promise.
That's my word.
I don't really care if you ain't playing fair. You won't prevail, that's the honest truth.
Cheaters never win.
But if you still wanna take it there, even after all these years, I'll bring you to tears. I have no fear, let's get this clear.
Come on.
No, I won't back down.
I'm quite familiar with the taste of my own blood. I've been knocked to the ground and gotten swole up. I've done shows and got no love. Promoted my ass off only to have nobody show up. I've been dished to in the paint and tried to post up. Did a spin move and got my motherfucking nose crushed. I've had my share of stitches sewn up. Been trying to get through to these critics, but they rarely pick their phone up. At times I feel like I was born with no luck. Such an up and down roller coaster. How am I supposed to focus? How much am I supposed to soak up before I explode and my emotions boil over? What you think I'm all Chris Brown, choked up, lying on the ground, down and out with my toes up? No sir, last game I may have scored a donut, but best believe next time I'm guaranteed to go nuts. Show
And if you really wanna take it there, I'll show you hell, I promise you.
I promise you.
I don't really care if you ain't playing fair.
Nah.
You won't prevail, that's the honest truth.
Still won't win.
But if you still wanna take it there, even after all these years, I'll bring you to tears. I have no fear, let's get this clear.
Come on.
No, I won't back down.
I'm in tune with the music, a teacher and a student. Always down to give advice as well as learn some new shit. Never in my life do I wanna be viewed as stupid like these other dudes. Foolish, clueless, Silverstone. Man, I hate the times when I feel the thrill is gone, but I love it when I feel like I could write a million poems. Sometimes it's difficult to conceal my woes, and there's times I go so hard I feel like I could steal the throne. I'm a piece of work, yes I'm aware, but you rarely find this type of rapper with this kind of flair. I am everyday people, a true realist. I pour my heart and soul in this, hoping that you would feel this. Learning life lessons can be quite stressing. Get the wrong answers by asking the right questions. In the wrong place, even with the right directions. Caught in the dark and then you finally saw that light crept in. Life is crazy, isn't it though? Cause every now and then it shows you just a glimmer of hope. And sometimes you're feeling like it's 60 below. Caught in a blizzard, buried up to your chin in the snow, man. I know life's a tightrope. At times my mind roams and then the rhymes flow. Yeah, I'm just letting the pen scribble it, getting some things off my chest and venting just a little bit. Is that cool with you? See, for me it's self-therapy. I don't keep too many secrets, my music is my diary. Long as my blood pumps, I'ma put my heart in this. See, for me it's self-therapy. This music's inside of me. It's my story, right? It will be to the day that I die. Well then let me tell it, I'm not a felon. Never been arrested for drug selling. Never in the streets with the thugs yelling. I live the straight and narrow. My wife and kids mean the world to me. Without hesitation for them I take an arrow. But I'm not as close to my dad as I wish I was. Too much dwelling on the past and sweating the little stuff. It still feels sorta strange when we're giving hugs. Sometimes we don't talk for months and I don't miss him much. Is that some shit or what? It's just so awkward. The times you feel no connection to your own father. Damn, I guess it's just some things that we can't get over. I thought it might start to get easier as I got older, but then I watch him and my son play, and it makes me smile and brings warmth like sun rays. And it gives me hope that maybe one day we can figure out how to move closer in some ways. My wife's dad passed too early from a brain aneurysm. He was in his mid-30s and she was only 16, but the memories that she shares just floods me with envy. My man Chris lost his father not long ago. Cried at his bedside as he watched him go. He told me if at all possible, don't hold grudges, and while he's still here, make the most of it. You got it, I speak from the heart like a true prophet. To leave the demons and the evil conquered. If life is just a game, I wanna be a starter. And they can try and take my spot, but I'ma work harder. I know life's a tightrope. At times my mind roams and then the rhymes flow. And I'ma let it go where it may. It defines me, I could never throw it away. Is that okay? See, for me it's self-therapy. I don't keep too many secrets, my music is my diary. As long as my blood pumps, I'ma put my heart in this. See, for me it's self-therapy. This music's inside of me, and it will be to the day that I die. Self-therapy. 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 Sometimes a guitar is all you need. Sometimes the melody is just enough. And right now it just feels right. It's the perfect backdrop to let my vocals soar. Got me reaching heights that I've never flown before. Spread my wings and let my soul explore the top of the heavens to the bottom of the ocean floor. Life is short, you gotta go for yours and be relentless when you're searching for an open door. It's never easy, but one thing that I know for sure is that anything is possible. That's what hope is for. If you persevere through the hurt and tears, then you'll learn how to withstand the pain and curb the fear. Cause everybody fails and everybody cries, and if you're hearing different, it's just a bunch of lies. Sunny skies are few and far in between, and can be a rare occurrence when trying to follow your dreams. That's why succeeding is as hard as it seems, cause it's hard to make a move when you're all out of steam. So you gotta eat, sleep, and breathe what you're trying to achieve, and expect to be repeatedly knocked down to your knees, kicked and pounded on the ground till you bleed. And somehow you gotta get yourself back on your feet. It's never an easy task, and whether wrong or right, there's a lot of truth to the saying, only the strong survive. And I'm here to motivate and open eyes, cause if you knew what you were capable of, you'd be so surprised. Just feels right. It's the perfect backdrop to let my thoughts bleed onto the canvas. It's vividly an awesome scene. It's a cross between love and pain, and sunshine and rain, trying to find perfect harmony. Maybe my words are like your big brother, telling you come on, suck it up and get tougher, or reminding you to go visit your grandmother, or make amends with your dad. You know that man loves you. It's no secret, life is quite the struggle. So many problems and not enough hands to juggle, and we all drop the ball every now and then, and it'll make you wanna quit and throw the towel in. But I'm here to motivate and open eyes, and help you regain focus and keep hope alive. So spread your wings and join me in the open skies, and I promise you the feeling will be so divine. Cause at this moment in time, it's all I need. Just you and me, the guitar and the melody. So heavenly. Above the clouds where the sound is victorious. Above the clouds where the sound is victorious. 6:45 in the morning, I pulled the bus up to the stop, opened the door and 2 out of the 3 kids were present. I picked the last one up at 6:47. Big sister always seemed to be running late, like she had more than just breakfast upon a plate. And rules are there's no food on the bus ride, but I made an exception and let it slide. I could sense that she needed a break. The expression on her face said she needs an escape. She's very guarded, just like she locks her secrets away. She looks exhausted, having trouble keeping awake. She always sits in the same seat as her 2 sisters. Today was the day they were taking school pictures. It looked like they had about 2 minutes to get ready. I noticed the youngest shoes was different, but big sis got to work on the other 2 and fixed her hair up just like a mother would do. I could tell she was experienced in doing so. She transformed them from very cute to beautiful. She grabs her headphones to listen to her favorite tunes, even though we're just a few blocks away from school. I could tell she was more stressed than usual, but seemed to find a little bit of peace when the music boomed. The bus ride home was a bit different. She was talking to some friends, I couldn't help but listen. For the first month she kept to herself. She didn't have to say a word, I could tell that she was crying for help. And then it all came to a head and exploded. She could no longer contain her emotions. She cried and sobbed and talked about her life and her mom, and how she worked nights and was gone, and how every day was the same routine. Go to school, come home and clean, and take care of her sisters. Bathe and get them ready for bed. Wake up and do the same thing over again. It seemed a little extreme for a girl who was only 13. How could it not interfere with her dreams and bring such things like low self-esteem? Not exactly a healthy recipe to succeed, and it's not as uncommon as most people think it is. It doesn't matter what side of town you're living in. It doesn't matter what size pool you're swimming in. Everyone's got their own secrets they hide within. They say you can't judge a book by its cover, because you never really know what's on the inside. Sometimes you gotta throw your pride in the gutter and do what you gotta do just to get by. 6:45 in the morning, I pulled the bus up to the stop, opened the door, and 2 out of the 3 kids were present. I picked the last one up at 6:47. He was always so insecure, unsure of himself, and felt so impure. He always felt like the hand he was dealt was a couple cards short of a full deck. A quiet and silent boy living with a giant void. On the outside smiles but inside destroyed. Never had a chance to stand on solid ground, cause one of the pillars crumbled and his house had fallen down. No stranger to inconsistency. Couldn't talk about it cause nobody was listening. Spent a lot of time in his room to hide from the gloom, and didn't wanna be around when Jim Beam was visiting. But his room didn't have a door to close, so he had no control over to what he was exposed. Those memories are so vivid. He can still hear that clock ticking, counting down the minutes, praying for the silence, the quiet to hurry. No voices, no movement, no worries. No voices, no movement, no worries. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. It wasn't that he didn't feel loved, it just wasn't enough, so he had to find some other place to get it from. He found the wrong crowd and dabbled in some drugs, probably 12 or 13 when he caught his first buzz. But soon he left the drugs in the dust. He had bigger dreams but hadn't yet found his identity. Growing up without a strong man's presence made it difficult for him to find his direction. At times he feels lost and empty, but learned how to hide it well and come across as friendly, like everything's fine and dandy. Fuck, all he ever wanted growing up was a normal family, and he's angry cause he knows it happened in the past. He tries to let it go, but it keeps on coming back. If you could only see the feelings that he's holding inside, you'd be surprised when you find who's really hiding behind that mask. Are you being real with yourself, or is it all just an act? You know you feel that guilt in the pit of your stomach, you can't run from it. When you look into the mirror, are you ashamed of the person you see? You can try, but you can't hide from that little voice in your head that says you're the definition of pathetic, and all the things you claim that you are. Some big, bad, gifted and talented superstar is so far from the truth. It's hard for you to digest, cause you'll never be anything better than second best, and you know it. You're not a winner, you're a joke. Scared to get up in the game cause you're afraid you're gonna choke. And you can't stand rejection and hate the thought of losing, cause you don't want people to see that you're human. You're not a man, you're a fucking pushover. You give and they take it till they strip you down naked. You ain't made shit, you ain't built no empire. Nobody would know of you if it wasn't for their fire. You don't work hard enough, you ain't even scratched the surface. Those other dudes grinding that fame, they deserve it. I'm so sick of all your bitching and your moaning. Go and cry yourself a river and drown in your emotion. Little pussy, grow a pair of balls cause you have none, and stop blaming others for the things that you haven't done. Don't fuck around and go and lose your wife. That'll be the dumbest loss you come across in your life. If you believe you're gonna fail, then fuck it, you're gonna fail until you start believing in yourself. Step outside of your box for a minute. Don't you hear that clock ticking? Don't cry for me, homie, I did it to myself. Took my drive and inspiration and hid it on the shelf. It's been so long that I think I might have lost it. I've scoured the basement and looked in every closet, trying to get the bigger picture, but I can't quite focus. When I think about my career, I feel so hopeless. Most days I'm just coasting, just getting by and going through the motions. Got no plan of attack and no map, just sitting around waiting for things to fall into my lap. I inherited depression, I wish I could give it back. Nobody wants to live like this, that shit is whack. This roller coaster ride has more lows than highs, so when I hit rock bottom, it's really no surprise. Sure, I could light this fire with this stick and a rock, but instead I just look at the clock and watch it tick and it tock. And I could blame it on the rum, or say it was the Henny. And I'm good at pushing blame and drowning in self-pity and wallowing in shame. It's so lame, it's hard to make a move when you wake up every day with no determination, not an ounce of motivation. It makes me wanna pound the pavement, clench my fist and drive it into the concrete until my own blood is upon me. The view from the top is awesome. It's one that I don't see too often, so I look over the edge with caution, cause before I know it I'll have fallen. Down, up, down, up, down, and my emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down, just like a roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and my emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down, just like a roller coaster. The climb to the top, it can take so long and take so much time, but when you come back down, it happens so fast that it blows my mind. Some people are naturally optimistic, and if they take a loss, they are not affected. But I don't take rejection well. It makes me feel like I've been cast away and sent to hell. And then I'm back on the bottom again, and I find myself reaching for that bottle of gin. It's not easy to believe in the win when you count yourself out before you even begin. But that's the type of season I'm in. Long winters, below zero temperatures and strong blizzards. That's probably why I yearn for the warm weather, cause too much of the cold leaves my soul bitter. The peaks and valleys and hills, the doctor's visits, prescriptions and pills. Fast and slow, up and down we go. So buckle up, cause it's the only life I know. The view from the top is awesome. It's one that I don't see too often, so I look over the edge with caution, cause before I know it I'll have fallen. Down, up, down, up, down, and my emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down, just like a roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and my emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down, just like a roller coaster. Up, down, just like a roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and my emotions go up, down, up, down, up, down, just like a roller coaster.
Ayo, my limited bills, it don't limit my skills. This ink that I spill, I recite and spit from my grill. I paint pictures so vivid and real. My words are like the scriptures that heal and reveal. We breathe and still while we bow our heads and kneel, not leave until we complete our end of the deal. These demons will jump at any chance to kill my team we build, until we all the king of the hill, no longer sitting still. I feel the solution is us. We only add to the pollution if we choose to shut up. See, these words we use as weapons to deafen and crush our enemy, till the whole crew is just us. The devil often likes to come out and play after dusk, seeking out those who just let the crucifix rust. Corruption and such, tempted by money and lust. And who do you trust when everyone knows how to bluff?
I am a prophet, appointed by a higher power, and I will speak my voice until the final hour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie, so you know that I'm following following mine. I am a prophet and I speak with heavenly power, and any obstacle that's in my path I will devour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie. I walk this path in the blackness of nights, in these underground tunnels trying to capture the light. Traveling these pipes with the rats and the mice, hoping for the best but ready for disaster to strike. Less than adequate conditions, but I must use the gifts that I've been given and carry out this mission. The world above me is cracking and crumbling. Quarterbacks are getting sacked, running backs are fumbling. Everything is off kilter, unbalanced. Rappers have it easy nowadays because they're unchallenged. A bunch of copycats following the latest trends in hopes of making millions and rolling in the latest Benz. Radio stations should be ashamed of yourselves, exploiting sex just to escalate your fame and your wealth. These type of songs should not be broadcast for children to hear, but it will continue because it makes them millions a year. What a shame. You need to stop glamorizing sex and drugs and quit sharing these evil needles and inject some love. We will not sit back and watch our world disintegrate, cause we've been blessed with heavenly gifts and chosen to set it straight. I am a prophet, appointed by a higher power, and I will speak my voice until the final hour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie, so you know that I'm following mine. I am a prophet and I speak with heavenly power, and any obstacle that's in my path I will devour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie.
I'm so thankful to be on this side of the coin. What's it worth to gain the world if your soul is destroyed? The truth doesn't disappear when it's avoided. The truth doesn't lose meaning when it's exploited. It's still the truth even when we abuse it. Manipulate the words, use it to cause confusion. People get skeptical of religious institutions, but never second guess the motivations and new trends. Where does the authority come from? How many times can a mind get burned before it becomes numb? Soft hearts and cold ones, some hearts are frozen. Some are closed off and some are wide open. How do we divide this? Where do we find guidance to fight against our own ignorance and blindness? Sin put a hole in me, grace got a hold of me, transformed. The potter's hand molding me.
I am a prophet, appointed by a higher power, and I will speak my voice until the final hour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie, so you know that I'm following mine. I am a prophet and I speak with heavenly power, and any obstacle that's in my path I will devour. This is my calling, there ain't no more stalling for time. Hearts don't lie. Seen your type before, drop dead gorgeous for sure, turning every single head when you walk in the door. Got the fellas in the spot with the jaws on the floor, gawking at your little tight dress, wanting to score. Hey, your cleavage game is past insane. Got a line of dudes waiting just to ask your name. No doubt about it, you're a flashy dame, rocking the latest name brands and some fancy frames. Looking like a diva, all glamorous and foxy, followed by a bunch of cameras and paparazzi. You're all smiles and winks, they're all buying you drinks. You appear flawless, but you've learned how to iron your kinks. But baby, I'm hip to your scheme, plotting to empty out wallets and get you some cream. And you're working it like I've never seen. And if they're biting at the bait, we'll keep doing your thing. But listen, don't bring it to me thinking you're taking me to the cleaners, cause you won't get a penny from me. And I don't care if you're a stripper or an R&B singer. Don't you see the wedding ring that I'm wearing on my finger? Go ahead, lady, keep strutting your stuff, but I'm loyal and I'm faithful and none of it's bluff. No, that's a pretty slick game that you're talking, but I knew that you were evil from the moment you walked in. Yeah, something told me to keep running. You're up to something, I can feel it in my stomach. It smells like trouble and I don't want none of it. I knew you would try to seduce me, but cutie, you can't fool me. See, I peeped your game, and I'm keen to your evil ways.
Hey Jess, women and food, the average man's appetite. Eyes bigger than the stomach, we gotta have a bite. Women and food, we can use them for bragging rights, but have too much of both, we know what happens, right? Don't try it, you should die and eat a salad. Practice good taste, try to refine your palate. Women and food both can get you out of shape. And read the label, you don't want it if it's out of date. Live the proper way and keep the doctor away. Even bad wine comes from out of grapes. Women and food both can spoil. And pay attention when the temperature begins to boil. El pollo, chicken heads, catch salmonella. Have you sick in bed? Okay, it's your decision, Fred. I just wanna eat what your decision said. Temptation to feel sensation, physical satisfaction got a lot of men chasing, and women faking, having relations, trying to get a slice of the pie without baking. Basting turkeys, patient, waiting for the oven timer to say ding. Dinner served, spicy with killer curves, and very hungry, so put some money in her purse.
Yeah. Something told me to keep running. You're up to something, I can feel it in my stomach. It smells like trouble and I don't want none of it. I knew you would try to seduce me, but cutie, you can't fool me. See, I picked your game, and I'm keen to your evil ways.